Hey, so I know this isn't an earth-shattering recipe, but I just wanted to show how easy it is to make an awesome black salmon. If you're trying to do a low-carb, high-fat diet, it's a great option. It can be easy to get in a rut of some more boring foods, but I love the cast iron skillet, all of that, and the products will be linked down below. And I'm going to do a whole series on cast iron because it's just so simple and so forgiving for so many different types of cooking. This is a quick and easy blackened salmon using a cast iron skillet in conjunction with the grill. So for the spice rub, it's going to be 1 tablespoon of paprika, and these can be pretty ballparked. 1 tablespoon cayenne, about half a teaspoon of basil, a dash of garlic powder, and for a little extra heat and complexity, some Mexican chili powder, and a few drinks of pepper. We're also going to take some fresh rosemary. And just chop up a little bit of this. Some of it is going to go into the mix now, but we're also going to add it just at the end in the oil. Already smells good to get that nice fresh rosemary flavor. So then we're just going to mix that around. Add the Himalayan pink salt. This is great because it's got more trace minerals and that kind of thing. And again, you can just eyeball all of this, which is really nice. So we're going to be enjoying this with some zucchini noodles. It's amazing how good you can get these to taste. We'll put the link below to the spiralizer. Really great if you're craving pasta on a low-carb diet. And salmon is good because it's nice and high fat. If you're doing keto, you may want to supplement with a little extra fat. So we're just going to take our salmon and bread it. To make sure that you get the sides, and I even throw some on the back, although that pretty much wipes off. We're also going to score the salmon in a few spots, and that is going to help keep it laying flat when you cook the skin side. So you get that all nice and worked in there. You can see you've got really good coverage, and that's going to give us that nice browning. And the longer you can let it stay on there before you cook it, the better it's gonna stick all that much better. So while this is resting, we are going to heat up the cast iron skillet, and that's great because it's going to hold a ton of heat. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, it's great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Makes cooking steak and this kind of thing so much easier. And if you don't have a grill, it's kind of a nice alternative to a grill. Alright, so I've got some coconut oil in the cast iron, and we are just going to let that sit for a few minutes to get super, super hot. So the great thing about this, and it also keeps your house from smelling like fish when you're cooking it, this retains so much heat, it can pretty much cook the fish just with the retained heat. So we're going to heat this up until the oil starts smoking. You might want even a higher flash point oil than the coconut oil, but I'll link some of that down below. But basically what we're going to do is take it out and set it onto a hot grill to retain the heat, and then we can get a little bit of baking action if we need it to finish up cooking the inside of the fish. So we're just going to let that go for a little while. And so the fish is going to go in, but towards the end we're going to add our rosemary, some fresh garlic, grass-fed butter, and that's going to really up the flavor profile. Okay, so you can see we got some smoke going now, and we're going to go flesh side down first. got some smoke going now, and we're gonna go flesh side down first. Again, doesn't have to be a perfect science. And that's gonna go for about 3 minutes on the flesh side. And then we flip it and do about 4 to 5 minutes on the other side. I'm gonna leave it on the gas here for just about 30 seconds and then transfer it out to the grill. Also, you can just totally preheat your cast iron by leaving it in your hot oven, in your hot grill until it gets up to like 600 degrees for a few minutes. Let's investigate. So you can see we got nice and blackened. And now we're gonna flip to the skin side. That's gonna take a little bit longer. So you can see the fish is nice and blackened. So sometimes I will let it bake for about 2.5 minutes while it's on the skin side. I found that lets it come out at a nice doneness, and you don't overcook the skin, although the crispy skin is nice. Okay, so now we're just gonna add our garlic and a bit of rosemary and the butter. And so I'll cut the gas here and just let it bake down into the inside for just a few more seconds. All right, so there we have it, our blackened salmon. And I'm gonna do a whole series about cast iron just because it's so forgiving, so simple, great for so many different recipes. And that is looking really good. Okay, and there we have it with the zucchini noodles. For those, you just saute them with some oil for just a few minutes. And that is a great looking blackened piece of fish. Thanks for subscribing, and be sure to check out some other cast iron videos coming up.